Good morning, good afternoon, good evening around the world. My name is Doug Brunke. I'm the founder and CEO of Global Chamber. You have reached the League of Extraordinaries. This is for members of Global Chamber only. It is on the second Tuesday of the month. Sometimes in the US, it's in the morning. So it would be late night in Asia, and sometimes it's in the afternoon in the Americas, so that it can be the next day in Asia. And then we also do this conversation on the final Friday, and that one typically is in the morning in the Americas, afternoon Europe, Middle East, and Africa, and a late night. And unfortunately, not a good time for Australia for that one at all. But we'll figure something out there. This is one of the original Global Chamber signature events, the purpose of which is to recognize that people who do global business are special, are heroes, are going above and beyond what almost everyone does, which is do business locally. To do business internationally, you've got to be better, quite honestly. You've got to manage cultures. You've got to manage a higher level of complexity. And for those of you, most of you who have been doing it for a number of years, it quite honestly is a badge of honor, because if you can't do it, you'll be spit out. You won't survive. If you can do it well and you have the capability and the persistence and the resilience, you'll keep going. You'll be successful. It's not all roses and people throwing money at you all the time. It takes a lot of hard work. But our goal today is to understand more about how we can help each other so that we can have a little bit more fun and glory and money. That would be all good. Our purpose today is to understand better who you want to meet. So as many times with Global Chamber, we ask that question, who do you want to meet? And when we ask that, it's where are they? What type of person is it? What type of company is it? What other aspects of that company and person should we know about specifically to give us some great ideas? And before we kick off, we'll go around the room and ask each of you to give about 3 to 4 minutes of primarily who you want to meet, but certainly want to hear some framework as well. And if you have some other things that you have or some other needs, please let us know. I'll finally make a comment about something that's been impacting me the last couple weeks, and that is listening to the book by Stephen King on writing. If you're a Stephen King fan, and certainly, his books are amazing. The movies out of them also are quite excellent, but his writing is just so extraordinary. And writing a book ourselves, Cesar and I, trying to look for inspiration, I'm finding him to be quite the muse. This is my second time through the book, and it reminds me how clear and crisp and direct and amazing writer he is. It, I think, has implications for storytelling, for your business, for everything that we do in terms of how we articulate ourselves. And so I highly recommend the book on writing by Stephen King on many levels to be able to not only, if you're writing a book, help you there, but also help you tell stories, help you be more clear and direct. I'm certainly not a great example necessarily, but I'm just saying it's been very helpful for me. And I'm finding myself, catching myself doing all of the wrong things, usually in retrospect. So enjoy that if you haven't read it, and if you have read it, let us know in your comments today what you think of it. I would love to hear. Let's start with Dave Binsfeld, who's joined. He just sold his business General Southwest Insurance to Gallagher, a very large global insurance company. Dave, I understand you have been traveling internationally, so welcome back. I start with Dave for several reasons. One is he's an original member of Global Chamber 9+ years ago. He also hosted one of the original League of Extraordinary events in person at the Arizona Country Club back in those days. And so thank you, Dave, for long-time support and collaboration. You do amazing insurance work, very special and also general, but very special work, and known for his own knowledge of risk management. Dave, who would you like to meet and how can we help?
Thanks. Thank you. Sorry, a little stuff up here. My wife read that book, Doug, and she's written 3 novels so far and working to getting them an agent to pick them up. So uh, I know about that book. I've not read it. Um, Great. Yeah, I am looking for anybody who's doing business internationally, really. And I'm looking for people in the United States or businesses who are exporting or have establishing operations overseas, and then vice versa. Any companies coming to the U.S. and need some guidance on how our risk management system works in the United States, and um, just kind of guide them through the process. And then I also have a project I am an investor in and on the advisory board of in the Ivory Coast to manufacture 25,000 homes and with potential for tens of thousands of more homes in Ivory Coast and Senegal, Benin, and other Western African nations. So in that group, we are looking for investors, although we may have it all lined up right now. So that is me. Thank you.
Thank you, Dave. I'd forgotten about the Ivory Coast work. What stage is that in, and is there any help that's needed there?
We're doing a $600,000 raise in the U.S., and we may have somebody lined up for that, but you never know. Very modest raise, but then we're working with financiers out of London who are securing 100 million for the factory and rolling stock. So we're really all set to go. We just need to just finalize the financing.
Okay, sounds good.
And as we wrap up, then we may need talented people as well. So that will be I'll be coming back and uh, looking to network on that basis as well.
Sounds good. Well, please put your information in the chat. I will say for all of your sake, what we do after this meeting is send a LinkedIn post with everyone hyperlinked. So we are recording all of you who are in the room. You'll be posted in LinkedIn so you can connect up with each other if you don't get a chance today. You all are members, so you're vetted and trusted. So highly recommend that you get connected. It shouldn't hurt. It should be a good thing. And then the other thing that happens during this meeting is Cesar is on this call, and also Jem is on this call, and we're recording both through AI and directly, ideas for making connections for each of you. So some of that will be happening in the meeting itself. Some of it will be happening after the meeting. There have been times in the past where we've been many months behind. The good news is we're actually, I think, right on track in terms of all the past meetings of League of Extraordinaries. Cesar may have a few more kind of in the pile that he's getting out, but I think we're all pretty much caught up and will plan to be caught up for the rest of the year. Thanks again. And Dave, your comment about raising money and the impact that you're having on that business in Cote d'Ivoire, I'd like to next go to Mark Cohen, who has a very illustrious background and history. One of the first Americans to be successful in China, was very successful. He knows China very well, but he knows a lot more beyond that, and he helps people get to the next level, including with funding. I know you guys are both on the Global Chamber Phoenix Advisory Board, and so you know each other through that. Maybe you've already chatted about that funding with Mark. If you haven't, I recommend it. Mark, who would you like to meet and how can we help you?
Thank you. Welcome, everybody. And it's a great day today. And I'm looking forward to chatting with anybody right now today to help. Thank you, Doug, for that introduction. We're just looking to make a difference in the world and gather connections and how we can improve people's lives and make it better. We're doing a lot out of the Middle East right now in Israel. As we know, we're going into situations where we're working on the mankind of what we need to do more than anything else and helping humanity. So we're getting involved with aid in a big way with the humanitarian side. We're working on right now a lot of big projects as far as the nonprofit side with countries right now, Doug. So that's another angle that we're focusing in on because of the need and the changes of the governments right now. So thanks, Doug. Yeah, I'm involved with raising money from the standpoint of connecting governments and agencies, and we can do that abroad. So I'm looking at the commerce side and moving commerce as much as we can. So if anybody needs information on how I could be of a service, I get involved where I help educate people on the commerce side by trading products and services between the different government agencies.
What's your hottest project right now?
Wow. There's several on my plate. And so the biggest thing right now is I'm involved as far as you know, with the apparel side, changing the apparel industry, and working on this project with Kirby locally in town here that we're trying to get this off the ground for the robotic side of changing the sustainability of products and services in the apparel side and advancing that with different countries. And the next thing that I'm, really working on right now is the Middle East and how we can carve out the niche where bringing great information and technology from Israel into the marketplace. So I'm involved with the tech sector and also in the healthcare side through Israel. So if anybody needs information on that, I'm available to assist in those areas.
Very good. Thank you, Mark, for your leadership and all that you accomplish. Love working with you. Thanks for your support as well.
Thank you.
Jung Lim of Cultural Vistas is based in DC, and they do very important work in bringing young people to the United States. They handle their immigration side of things. We actually have one of the interns from the K-West program coming, I think on December 16th, she starts and runs through most of next summer. We've been gearing her up to get ready for the Arizona summer later in 2025, which is hard to explain until you actually go through it. Jung, I understand that through this latest program, there's still a few of these talented young people available. Would you like to share a little bit more about the status of that and anything else you'd like to share with us and any other needs that you have?
Hello, my name is Tino Melita, as Doug introduced, and I work at Cultural Vistas as VP of Programs and Impact. And we do implement a lot of different programs that are funded by the U.S. government or foreign governments. We do a lot of exchange programs under State Department grants. But on the other side, as Doug mentioned, we also provide J1 visa sponsorships for companies to bring global talent to the U.S. And one of the programs that we have, which is funded by the Korean government, is a Korea West program. Through that program, we are bringing talented college students and recent graduates from universities in Korea. And many of them are in STEM field and some of them are in non-STEM field. So I just posted a text message in the chat that these are the majors that we are still looking for host companies. We have a cohort that just finished their language program because the Korea West means work, English study, and travel. So when they start the program, they actually come to the US for language program first, and they do 3 to 4 months language program, and they start their internship. And most of the interns are required to intern minimum 6 months to 8 months. And those who start with 8 months, they also have the possibility to extend their stay for up to 12 months total if it's agreed by the host company and the intern. So it's a very long-term internship. Because typically, we sometimes have like 3 to 4 months internship, and this is 6 to 8 months to start with. So if you are interested, these are the majors that we have. But we also have another cohort that's coming from the beginning of January, and they will be doing internships for 6 to 8 months. And 8 months is the max, but they are required to intern from 6 months. They will go through the language program from January through March, and they start their internship from April for 6 to 8 months. So that's the upcoming program, but obviously right now we are trying to place these participants, and they're well talented. They're very talented. It's been just really difficult because of their majors, and they are pretty peculiar about their focus areas. So if you feel that you have the tasks and projects that are related to their academic majors, that'll be really excellent. And you can contact me at I'll put my information there, my email address, and I will send you more information.
Fantastic. I know Cesar has been sending some out, and especially being a chemical engineer myself, I'm thinking looks like there's at least a couple of them in here that could be interesting for some folks. So I'll spend some time on that this week as well. What's the deadline for that?
So we have to place a good number of these interns by December 1st at the latest. Because they just finished their language program, they can start anytime they can. So ideally, we want them to start before December 1st, but if not, we have to place them by December 1st so that they can start their internship in December. The long-term interns that are required to intern from 8 months, they are available after they finish their language program on December 8th, so they can start from December 9th or the following week. And again, the final deadline to place them would be 30 days grace period from their final language program. So we need to place them by the beginning of December, but because we have a cohort coming from the beginning of January, but because we have a cohort coming from the beginning of January, obviously we want to place these students before the timeline. So you need to have a physical office space. If it's a shared office, that's fine, as long as it's physical office. And you do need to provide in-person internship for up to 60%, and 40% can be remote. So that's one criteria that has to be met for the State Department regulations. And like Doug mentioned, we do all J1 visa sponsorship tests, so you don't have to worry about sponsoring the visa. We just need your company's information, and we need to fill out the training plan to ensure that we are complying with the regulations. But we sponsor the visa, and there is no fee. Any stipend amount would be appreciated, but it's not required because they are funded partially by the Korean government.
Amazing. Thank you very much for sharing. Please do get a hold of Jung Lim through the contact area. And if you have any trouble, please let us know and we'll connect you as well. Thank you, Jung Lim. Let's now go to, I think it's Ola of Melanin Rich. Ola is a new member. Are you there? Are you able to speak and share a little bit more about who you would like to meet?
Yes, hi, it's not Ola. Ola is a little bit busy, so I'll be representing her.
Oh, I see. I got you. And what's your name?
So my name is Rahma.
Rahma.
I'm her personal assistant. So I'll share a little bit about our community. It's known as Melanin Rich Community. So we are a global networking community of entrepreneurs. So Melanin Rich was born out of a dream to support entrepreneurs who haven't seen role models in their wider community. So our vision is to become a global community of role model individuals and companies who illustrate to the future generation what is possible, and at the same time improve the outcomes of other entrepreneurs as well as the disadvantaged people in the community. So the type of people we would like to meet is in the industry leaders, in all fields basically, but mostly, for us, we deal with entrepreneurs in tech, in diverse fields. So we would like to meet industry leaders. We would also like to meet investors and venture capitalists who focus on diverse and emerging markets to support our members when it comes to the funding goals. We would also like to meet mentors and business coaches who have already made it in the entrepreneurship world and can guide our members in terms of scalability and sustainability. We would also like to meet community builders and advocates who are passionate about empowering underrepresented businesses globally, because we have members from each part of the world or country, but most of our members are from Africa. Yeah, so the connections that can advance growth and impact in two key ways: so strategic collaboration and funding and mentorship networks.
Fantastic. I encourage anyone, if you do have a comment, either to raise your hand or to feel free to interrupt. I think I need to keep moving so that we finish up at the top of the hour. But if you have any questions along the way, let's just make them quick and with a quick response. Rahma, are you the one I see in LinkedIn in Nairobi?
Yes, I'm in Nairobi. I'm the one.
Okay, very good. Congratulations on the work that you're doing and overall. And so I think that was excellent. And so I think we'll now have a better idea of how to help. Thank you very much. One of the people I think definitely, if you haven't connected with her yet, that you should know is here in the room, Nima Melli. She is our Global Chamber Executive Director in Dar es Salaam in Tanzania. Nima, are you there? And would you be able to share a little bit more about what you're looking for? Oh,
Yes.
hi. Hi. Good afternoon.
Hi. Good afternoon. I'll just switch off my video because of network, but thank you very much, Doug. Actually, congratulations, Melanie Rich. I think we have a lot of common things that we are doing. We are doing the same here in Tanzania. I have an organization, and I think it will be good to catch up and see how we can work and collaborate together. So today I don't have much to say, but we are having Tanzania investors opportunity that is going to be held in 22nd of this month, and we're going to have Godfrey Mondi, who is an expert in trade in Tanzania, and I think it's a very good opportunity to look on the areas where there are a lot of opportunities around Tanzania and how you can invest, and even how you can also bring your business in Tanzania. So this is the only thing I wanted to share today. And actually, I'm also looking at anyone who is ready to invest in trade for women, to support women traders in Tanzania in the part of manufacturing and packaging. Thank you.
Nima is a leader in helping entrepreneurs in the region better understand exporting and get an export mentality. She's helping women, she's helping young people. And so we spotlighted her in the newsletter for Global Chamber, the weekly newsletter that goes out to members. It went out today, and it's been going out over the last hour or so. So if you haven't seen that yet, learn more about Nima there. Thank you, Nima. Let's go to Kim Viet. And she's in the Global Chamber, Baltimore, Washington chapter. That's where she's based, but she's doing amazing work between the US and other countries with particular expertise in Vietnam. I think based on what I'm seeing of what we might expect in 2025, I think we'll see a lot more of Vietnam coming into play in the future between the U.S. Already Vietnam is very busy. It's part of APEC that's starting, I believe, next week. Kim, what would you, who would you like to meet, and is there anything else that we can do to help right now? Oh, you're on mute. Sorry. Oh, Kim, you're on mute.
First of all, I thank you very much for calling my name, because I usually am very quiet. I just want to listen more than the speaking. But today had been like for a month, like many months, I did not attend to the Global Chamber meeting. First of all, I would like to thank Caesar. Caesar, I don't know who's here, but thank you so much, because we already have the help Teresa Global to connect with the very good business in Brazil. So because of that, we are working on that, and I hope that from Brazil we bring the product to Hong Kong and to Vietnam. And first of all, we are very close, and next week we'll be like closing the deal. Thank you so much, Caesar, and thank you for Global Chamber. Today I would like to talk about I also invest in textile company in Vietnam, and I'm looking for the investor because we already working with the what they call like distribution company in New York, but the company in Vietnam, we already have the order what we need for investment. So if anyone interested, please contact me. And we also focus on the agriculture products, bringing to Vietnam with the product they call kosher and halal. And we are working with the Hong Kong company, invest in Vietnam factory, but also we have the very high standard quality come up to next year to US market with the halal product and kosher product. So if anyone interested for that, let me know. And with the student, we also try to have the Vietnamese student who graduate in US, they're looking for the internship. So I really love to contact with Culture Visa. Thank you.
Fantastic.
And I will put my company name and my contact in the group chat. Thank you.
Congratulations. And yes, Cesar is here in the room. So thank you for working with us for so many years. I think you've been one of our original members as well. Let's now go to Stuart Golding over in the UK at UK Data Secure. I think we have 4 meetings today. This is one of them. The Global Chamber London event starts in about an hour and a half. Stuart, are you in London or are you outside of?
I'm outside of London. I'm near Southampton on the south coast.
Gotcha. Beautiful.
Yeah, about an hour away, hour and a half away from London at the moment.
Beautiful day there today.
Yeah, weather's not too bad. Blue skies, bit of sun, quite cold, but yeah, quite pleasant. Thank you.
Fantastic. Well, with your work at UK Data Secure, tell us a little bit more about who you'd like to meet and how we can help.
Yeah, great. Thanks. So hello, everyone. Thanks for your time today. I'm Stuart. I represent UK Data Secure. And what we are about is securing your business in the digital age. We'd like to meet you all because you all run digital businesses and you're all heavily reliant on sensitive and confidential data and information. The question we'd ask you is, can you be sure that you could survive a cyber attack and the theft of that critical data? What we'd like to offer you is to take advantage of a free of charge 60-minute consultation to assess your company's cybersecurity readiness, followed by a report outlining our recommendations to fix the issues and vulnerabilities that we find together. We've completed an assessment like this with another member of this chamber based in the West Coast of America earlier this month. And they came to us because they wanted to make sure that what they were doing was the right thing and find out if there were any gaps and anything that they needed to do to make sure they secured their customer data. We all have to acknowledge that in today's fast-paced digital world, data breaches and cyber threats are growing more sophisticated, and the need for robust security measures has never been more crucial. At UK Data Secure, we specialise in comprehensive cybersecurity solutions tailored to meet your specific needs. Our services range from rigorous penetration testing and advanced threat detection to real-time monitoring and incident response. We can also offer employee training programs to empower your team with the knowledge and skills needed to identify and thwart cyber threats. With our team of experienced cyber security experts, we can provide a proactive approach to secure your data, ensuring your business remains compliant with all relevant regulations and standards. And investing in our services means not only protecting your data, but also reinforcing the trust that your clients place in you. It'll be great to work together to create a secure and resilient digital environment for your business. And we'd love for you to consider UK Data Secure as your cybersecurity partner of choice. And I look forward to discussing how we can assist you further. Thank you very much.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you, Stuart. Are you planning to be at the GC London event starting in a bit?
I will look, I think I am. Yes, I've got another one in my calendar. So it looks like I'm scheduled for that one as well.
Wonderful. See you there.
Thank you.
Let's go now to Toronto or Montreal with Tino. Sorry about that. I have Toronto on my mind because of an event that we're doing, and I meant to circle back with you on that and a couple of them that we have up there. Tino Melita is an expert on localization. His firm is working globally, based out of Argentina, but he's based in Canada, helping companies be more successful with their globalization. Tino, who would you like to meet? How can we help?
Yeah, good morning, good afternoon to everybody. I'm from Montreal, Canada. As Doug said, we help companies go global. So we work mainly in the life science industry, which is pharmaceutical, clinical trials, and medical devices. But we help any company that wants to go global. What that means is that when you have a product or a service, you want to sell in their native language. So, Spanish, Latin America, and Spanish in Spain are two different, Spanish. So that's what we do best. Our company is 15 years old. So we have offices around the world, and I'm glad to be part of this global tribe. Thank you, Doug.
You're amazing. And so I think that expertise on life science and clinical trials and medical devices should give us some more ideas to be able to help. So thank you for sharing today. Another industry that's really important besides those that Tino works in is semiconductor. And Pankaj, you mentioned earlier before we started recording about your expertise there, helping fund companies in that space, and you have a relationship with NVIDIA as well. Who would you like to meet and how can we help?
Hey, this is Pankaj. We're based in North Carolina, Charlotte. We are working with NVIDIA as well as a couple of other companies. Doug, can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Can you hear us?
Okay. Yes, yes. And working with multiple companies as well as all the big companies, try to signing with MOU, and we can help funding. Anyone is minimum looking for 5 million and no upper limit. So I don't have any LinkedIn. I have some issue with, so I have everything in my chat box. Please connect with us. We can help anywhere in the whole world for funding. Thank you so much.
Pankaj is very active in Facebook. And so if you do follow him there, you'll see a lot going on in the semiconductor industry. So thank you for that. There are very few members of Global Chamber not in LinkedIn. I can probably count them on one hand. You are one. And another is Francis Tesmer, who is the first spotlighted member of Global Chamber in this week's newsletter. Francis, it's hard to imagine condensing her global career into just what we did there, just a few sentences. It's really does her an injustice. She's an amazing woman. I recommend that you click on the newsletter, read more about her, and then when you go to the link that's there, you'll see several pages of biography. She's from a maritime family in Germany, and she's creating impact on multiple levels around the world. She's just extraordinary. There's a couple things that we're working with her on, including a green tech conference later this week that I hope to see her. And if either way, I'm going to be seeing her in the next couple weeks. Definitely check what they're doing out in the beauty industry and in helping, as Nima, we talked earlier, as Nima does, helping women entrepreneurs and young leaders be more successful. Let's continue to go around the room. Let's see. I wanted to. I see Moses is in the room, and thank you. Haven't seen you for a while, Moses. You have been, and you are a global advisor for Global Chamber. You are an expert Pan-Africa. You've also been an expert in a variety of different industries, particularly aerospace and drone industry and the automated industries. We have an event coming up actually about autonomous vehicles and autonomous technologies. So happy to share more about that if you're interested. Well, who would you like to meet and how can we help? What's going on?
So I'll thank you very much, Doug, and glad to meet the rest of all of you. I don't know if you can see me because I'm trying to juggle between a couple of, end items here. But if you can't, I'm sorry. I'll try better next time. Yes. So I went underground a little bit. I moved out of the Phoenix, Arizona area, and I'm now in the Michigan Grand Rapids area, waiting for winter as we talk here. From an activity standpoint, I've been involved in continuing my international business development activities. And as Doug mentioned very clearly, most of it has been focused on the drone operations. And, I'm getting some names here I'll be very happy to connect with going forward. I have been working in the East African region where, from a drone perspective, we are trying to introduce drones into the high school and pre-university curriculum, helping kids get interested into this technology. And one of our latest development is working with a South Korean company. We are actually starting a drone soccer league in East Africa. So you'd wonder what drone soccer looks like, but essentially it's from a very rudimentary stage, getting the kids to build their own drones. That's robotics, technology, controls, programming, and then get them to actually have some fun with it at the end of the day. So that should be starting by early next year, our first championships. And we're looking for, of course, any funding investments that can help us develop and promote this technology within East Africa. So we're starting, Kenya is our baseline, but we've made good inroads into Uganda, and Tanzania is on our list as well.
You may or may not know that Ruby Golo is spending the holidays in Michigan. And so,
yes.
Okay. So
we've talked with Ruby. I know that she stops over here when she goes to Los Angeles. So yeah, I've been in contact with Ruby when she's down here.
Very, very good. Let's circle back. Congratulations on your work. At least you didn't end up in South Dakota or North Dakota, wherever you were working for.
No, and then the other thing too is just as we were talking about East Africa, we are undertaking an investment, a pretty significant investment to create a Pan-African airline. So this is still under wraps, but this will be coming up, and I'll be talking a little bit more about it as we go forward. But I'm looking for 737s, A220s, and Embraer E190s. If anybody has contacts in the lease and sale environment, please reach out and we'll get talking.
Thank you very much. Feel free to reach out to Moses directly, and we're happy to connect you. Let's keep going around the room. Emmy is in the room, and Emmy, several of you are in the Florida area, so let's talk to Emmy first. You're working with ODR. You're an AI expert. You've got a long time technology expertise. Who would you like to meet, and how can we help?
Yeah, hi everyone. Good morning. This is Emmy Hutton. I'm actually working for ODR Global Inc. We're actually an AI-powered SaaS-based company, and we're actually a startup company, but based in both Colorado and the Philippines. Particularly, I'm looking for any organization, where small or large, it doesn't really matter, who needs a digital transformations. Could be any process improvements using AI. And, be happy to you just kind of Moses just mentioned about the drone project, and we have done some of the drone project as well as logistics. So, we're open to any clients that are looking for any digital transformations at this point of time. But we provide a custom tailored solution. So it's not like you have just a plugin. We also are based in the Philippines as well, so we can actually provide kind of reduce the cost, solutions as well. We're also running the promotions for 60 minutes discovery consultations for free. So I can certainly provide my Calendly link and let me know if you wanted to have a session with me. And that's it. Thank you, Doug. I always appreciate your effort and time for everyone and to have a chance to speak and introduce themselves. So thank you, Doug.
Thank you, Emmy. Thanks for all that you do. Nearby you is Tamer Flores. Tamer, welcome. You're a busy guy as well as everyone here is. What's the latest in terms of who you'd like to meet and how can we help?
Aren't we all busy, huh? So, hello everyone. You know me probably, many of you. My name is Tamer Flores. I'm CEO of VisDeglo, and my motto is better, simple, different, because I'm always finding better ways of doing things by making them simple through innovative and different solutions. So I was thinking today is probably a good day to talk about APEC meeting in Peru, which is my home country, and I am not there, but if you have any last minute needs for this meeting or in general for Latin America, that's my specialty. What I do is I help companies establish themselves in Latin America. And in this case, the APEC meeting is the third time that is in Peru. I know the drill very well because I have been there the first two times, 2008, 2016. And I would say that this November month, I'm here to offer my help to anyone that needs any kind of opinion, context, or help in Latin America. So if you do or you know someone, some company that needs some point of view about growing into Latin America, please let me know. I will help them. Just just to hear them and help a little bit to help a little bit this month. So that's it for now. Let me know if you know someone that is going to APEC and need a point of view also there. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And I presume you already know Tino and have compared notes. That given me a couple additional ideas because of your Latin America expertise. Thank you for sharing today.
Thank you.
You brought Jim Cook in as a member as well. Jim, I know you've got a lot going on yourself. Is there anything that we can do right now to help? Who would you like to meet? You've been doing some work with South Korean and Thai companies.
A little change of pace here. I don't need to meet anybody. Well, I've sold 2 companies the last couple of months. We are in a hiring binge getting ready for 2025. So as we stop hustling for long-term projects, which is normally 2 or 3 years with our company, the rest of this year, probably into January, February 2025, I'd like to stick to the panel and spread it out to other people who are not here, that I'm going to be open, for lack of a better term, to help startups on the mentoring aspects of where they're at on their journey. Everybody out here is working with people who have maybes, and they may be halfway decent companies, but they don't know how to get from A to B. And that's, I'm going to offer mostly my expertise with some of our deep research AI people to help startups and pivots get to the point of knowing what to do and how to do it, and then turn them over to agents also on global to the next step of what they're going to need. So basically, I'm offering everybody on the panel my time. I'm going to join communities on mentorship. It's probably going to be the best contacting. But when you sell to companies like I just sold the last couple of months, there's going to be a lot of nitpicking right behind that. So I'm trying to get that out of the way. But
Okay.
I'm offering my services for those who think they need it for some of their potential clients. That's all I got.
Sounds good. One way that we'll use you then is we are rolling out the Global Chamber AI tools. There's 2 of them. I saw them last week. They're amazing. Colin Christie in Manila has been putting those together. He's been coding them, and he gets a little too excited about the coding. But that's part of his passion and part of his amazingness. But we have 5 interns starting in January, and probably at least 2 of them will be focused in on getting that out. So maybe there's a role there that you can help us play. Thank you.
I use, just real quick, I use AI quite a bit. And my question to you, I've actually been to Stephen King's house. It's almost like his books. It's really kind of weird.
Scary.
I'm wondering what he would think of AI with his particular niche in his writings.
I gotta believe there's at least one book on the way. So his book on writing is fascinating because, as you may know, his first really great book was Carrie, that was made into the movie. That's how he broke, and he was writing The Shining at the time. The Shining is actually about him as a school teacher who was an alcoholic, and he was going through alcoholism and cocaine abuse and all sorts of things early at that phase until he had an intervention and he broke out of that. So my vision of his home is probably as he had described it, as I've been reading it, about pretty totally chaotic, but he goes through it beyond that. He survived it. He cleaned up his act. He talks about how to write a book and how to set up your desk, how to manage your time, how to do all of that, what words, of course, to use and things like that. So if any of you want to improve your writing, period, the book itself is fascinating to take you inside the head of Stephen King, which is a mess, but he's a genius. Let's keep going around the room, and let's see who is left. I saw, Maimun is here. So Maimun, thank you for joining so late in Dhaka. Are you there, and how can we help?
Hi, Doug, and hi, everyone. I was a bit late in joining today. Just got stuck with traffic. Am I audible, by the way? All good? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Oh, perfect. Sorry about that. So apart from helping the global tribe to grow out of Bangladesh, specifically the capital Dhaka, where the business is very much centered, my family company focuses on 2 main verticals, which would be pertinent for everyone here to get. The first is indenting goods and services. So we work with leather, shrimp, and jute diversified products. So if there is someone who does have need for those commodities, and especially we know that jute is a great substitute for environmentally conscious economies. So I'd like to help over there. And second, what we're doing is we work as a vendor in the business development of the firm, and we're consulting for them to help MVPs in startups. So what usually happens in a lot of startups is they have great ideas, or they may have gotten some little bit of funding, but they may not have the right amount of funding to have a good minimum viable product. And that's something that we can assist. It's cost friendly. We are internationally tested. We're already working with 2 US firms right now. Our partner, they've worked with Toyota Bangladesh for almost 12 years. So if there's anyone in the West who believes that they want to get the MVP started, they're having a little bit of problems, they don't have the right amount of funding, we can hopefully come to a good solution. So that's who I'm looking for and who I'd like to help.
Fantastic. Thank you for sharing that. Thanks for all you're doing with the chapter there. You've really done a great job in pulling together the advisory board and pulling together the activity, bringing on new members. It's really a great demonstration of your leadership. Thank you.
Thank you, Doug. Just wanted to share something since we're all over here. we're actually doing a advisory board team building in December to just get everyone together. So it'll be a little bit of a training exercise, some fun, and a little bit of cuisine to just everyone to get in the holiday mood and to get everyone build it together.
Fantastic. Thank you. Well, keep us posted. Opong Agmen, would you please let us know, are you available to speak? And is there anyone that you would like to meet right now?
Thank you, Doug. Pleasure to speak today. My name's Opong. I'm looking to meet all and any. I've reached out to Pankaj, but I'm looking to meet professionals who can help mentor and or help companies grow. Being that I'm relatively new to the global chamber and this global community, still looking to learn and figure it out day by day. So I've reached out to Pankaj. We'll be reaching out to a few more folks, and appreciate everyone sharing today. That's all I have, Doug.
Thank you. And an aspiring entrepreneur, do you have any dreams or thoughts in terms of what you'd like to do?
I do. So I'm pivoting from the technology from the tech world where I worked in partnerships, business development, and revenue generation, and looking to pivot into more of the financial world where I can use my domain expertise to help venture capital, hedge funds, and or private equity companies make decisions in their investments. So that's where I'm looking to go. If anyone has any advice, how to do that on a national and or global scale, I'm always looking to learn and willing to listen.
Okay. Very good. Got a couple of ideas. Thank you for sharing that. Patty. I don't know who Patty is. Patie. Are you there? And could you explain your situation? You are a member, I presume, and so tell us what your name is and how we can help.
Yes, my name is Patience. I have recently joined.
Patience. Okay, that I remember. Patience, and what's your family name?
Chimambe. It's an African name.
Fantastic. Thank you for joining us. Sorry for my confusion.
No worries. Yeah, so I run a business that's aimed at showcasing Southern African culture. I realized I live in the US, and I realized that there's a lot of West African and East African. So I'd like to showcase the culture through crafts. I make crafts and traditional delicacies from Southern Africa. So I would like to meet distributors who specialize in cultural, diverse handcrafts. And I also like to meet with food industry consultants that can help me put my products on the US shelves. The other thing is I also own a laser engraving machine. So if I could get probably big companies that are interested in promotional items or engraving their tools, yeah, that kind of thing.
Fantastic. No, that's very helpful. And I think when you came on board, I think you're like very new member. I saw some of that information, and so that's very helpful. So we'll be back with you. I've changed your name in the Zoom description here so that everybody can see. Patience does have a LinkedIn profile, and I recommend you connect there, and we'll definitely connect you up with some folks in that industry. There's quite a number within Global Chamber, and we should be helpful for you. If any of you here also have connections in that industry, please feel free to reach out to Patience.
So much.
Thank you, Patience. Where are you based?
I'm based in a town called Goldsboro. It's in North Carolina, about an hour from Raleigh.
Okay. So that's close to Pankaj, who's in Charlotte. So thank you for joining. And I think that might be it. I thought I might be skipping over someone. Is there anybody that we missed? And hearing none, we're right at the top of the hour. Watch next for a LinkedIn post later today. If you've reached out to anyone here or have had difficulty, please let us know. There already have been introductions being made by Cesar. I'd like maybe for him to have the final word. I know, Cesar, there's a Spanish-speaking event today, and there's the UK London event. What are some of the things that people should have on their radar screen for this week?
Thank you, Doug, and thanks everyone for joining us today. Yes, that's correct. We have the London meetup, which is starting just in 3 minutes. And right after, we have the Spanish event today, focusing on companies from Spanish-speaking countries that are interested in the US. So we're going to be covering a little bit of logistics, legal, marketing, and risk. So if you have contacts or connections, just send them the link right away, and I'm happy to have them there. And for this week, I'm just looking at the calendar for the rest of the week. Let me see here. We have we have a couple of advisory board meetings like LA and we have the meetup with the Austin, Houston, San Antonio chapters. And one to highlight is the Globinar export tax incentive that we're doing on Thursday. And we also have the Global Sales Roundtable, which is a monthly event with Connie Kadensky on Thursday. So it's going to be a busy week. It is a busy week. So we invite you all to check out the calendar and join us as you can. I've been taking notes of this meeting. Speaking of AI, I've been using the Zoom AI, but it failed at the beginning. So it's a little bit slow, I would say. And so I need to catch up there. I'll make any intros if necessary. I see a couple of you wanted to connect. So I'll be working on that. Thanks, everyone. And thanks, Doug.
I think the London event is in an hour, not starting now. Right?
Yeah, that's correct. That's correct.
Okay.
That's me, because we don't have still getting used to the clock not changing in my zone. So yeah, that's right. It's in 1 hour, and then just right after we have the Spanish event.
And the Spanish event is right after that, so it's back to back. So very good. Thanks everybody for joining today. Have a great rest of your day. Take care.